All right, let's get our keywords of the day from the Creative Lexicon. I'm just going to do a spread today, a few polls, just to get our cards a little bit more quickly. Okay, oh, we had that last time. Okay, I did just pull energy. My last video actually had that word in it, so you can check out my previous video for more about that keyword. But today, from the Creative Lexicon, we got 5 words. We got inspiration, we got positive space, repetition, fear, and balance. So again, these are words from the Creative Lexicon. There are just under 100 keywords in the Creative Lexicon that are distilled from the foundations and basic ideas of both creativity and design. So creativity means managing ourselves as human beings. It's the art and science of living and being human. And design is the art and science of composition. So there are elements and principles that can govern any type of composition that kind of drive how it functions and how all the parts relate to each other. So we actually got 3 design words. Repetition, balance, and positive space are all things we can consider and reflect on about our composition. And then fear and inspiration are 2 basic beginning points of any type of creative process. These are related to our creativity and being human. What fears do we have? What inspirations do we have? And how are they affecting what we are creating? And when you stop and look at all of these together, I'm just going to take 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so after taking just a minute to reflect on them, this is what's kind of coming through me to talk about. As we're creating anything, we have to balance kind of both positive and negative of anything that we're doing. So when we're dealing with ourselves, fear is kind of on one side of the spectrum, inspiration can be on the other. Now, fear can actually be kind of inspiring when you go, oh my God, I need to do this. I'm feeling this way. That scares me. That can actually be a pretty inspiring moment in your life because fear can drive a lot of change. It can motivate us to get to work. It can motivate us to help ourselves, find resources to support ourselves, and it can motivate us to create and make things in our life that take away the fear. So in order to do that, we have to create something, and the thing that we're creating is the positive space of any composition. So whether it is a habit and something intangible, there's still a center point and a focal point that's taking up the space, right? And that thing is the positive space. Surrounding the positive space is what's called the negative space. And you do need both to kind of set each other off. Again, balance. But positive space is the thing. And it's also like when you're dealing with a tangible thing. If you're making a chair, if you're making an artwork, it's that thing. It's the 3D object that's taking up the space. And in order to get ourselves through our creative process, we need to repeat. We need to have an idea, try something out, take action, reflect on it, and rinse and repeat. Do it again and again and again so that we are forming that positive space. We're making that thing that we want through the repetition of our actions, through our applied efforts, and checking in with ourselves. What am I afraid of? What am I inspired by? How can I balance these feelings? How can I move through my work to keep creating and keep doing so that I reach that end point, that composition that I'm looking for, while also acknowledging that any creative process has feelings, emotions that can be both positive and negative. So in order to really get through it, you have to keep kind of repeating to yourself, I can do it, I can find a way. It's okay for me to be feeling fear. It's okay for me to be feeling inspired. You can kind of use all these words mashed up and realize, okay, no, this is about what I'm doing. This is about how I'm feeling, and this is about what I'm creating. So again, these are just 5 words from the Creative Lexicon that I have created for you, and I've distilled over my work and my career over the last 15 years, helping over 50,000 people through their creative processes and through their work. There are patterns about how to create, and these are all the words that will teach you and remind you and support you through your process. It's a great way to inspire personal growth and discover possibilities so that you keep on keeping on and you create what you need or you want in your life. Thanks so much for watching. If you've liked this video, please go ahead and like or subscribe to see more. You can find me at Creativity Design Coach or at the Creative Lexicon on Instagram. And I also offer classes that you can take to learn the whole vocabulary of the Creative Lexicon. Head over to creativitydesigncoach.com. Link is in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.